In the early 1970s, an experiment on the psychology of imprisonment was carried out at Stanford University by psychologist Philip Zimbardo and his colleagues, who created their own jail in the basement of the Stanford Psychology Building. The students who volunteered for the study were carefully tested. Each had to be psychologically and physically healthy to participate. Some students were then randomly selected to act as prisoners, while others became guards. The researchers surprised the prisoners by having them arrested at their homes and dormitories. The prisoners went a series of rituals to establish their new lowly status. They lived in tiny cells 24 hours a day, cut off from their usual surroundings.
What is happening to prisoner 819? Prisoner 819 is being punished, Mr. Correctional Officer. Let's hear it 5 times. Make sure you remember it. Prisoner 819 is being punished, Mr. Correctional Officer. Down. Up.
The guards, however, only worked 8-hour shifts, and they returned to their normal routines as students when off the job.
Up. 5 right next to our belly roll. These are push-ups. Keep that back straight. Down.
What happened surprised everyone, including Zimbardo. The illusion became the reality. The boundary between the role each person was playing and his real personal identity was erased.
You have to sign, Mr. Correctional Officer. Keep it straight.
Nice boys became brutal guards. Healthy kids got sick.
Get in that box, then. You're not going to hurt his head before one thing.
Active ones became passive and zombie-like prisoners. The situation became so overpowering that many of the prisoners developed extreme stress reactions and had to be released. But no one ever said, "I quit the experiment." They had lost all perspective.
You come over there. You should act it out. You be the bride of Frankenstein, and you be Frankenstein. I want you to walk over here like Frankenstein and say that you love true humanity.
What kind of guard would you be, sadistic or supportive? Would you be a conforming prisoner or a heroic resistor? The prison study, like Milgram's experiment, is not typical of research in social psychology. Some psychologists feel both studies violated ethical guidelines and should never have been done.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you go over there and tell 546 that you love him. I love you. Well, ain't that sweet? Ain't that sweet?
At times, even Zimbardo forgot he was an experimenter and acted like a prison warden. Though the experiment was meant to last 2 weeks, it was called off after 6 days.
Once you put a uniform on and are given a role, a job, saying your job is to keep these people in line, then you're certainly not the same person as if you were in street clothes and in a different role. You really become that person once you put on that khaki uniform, you put on the glasses, you take the nightstick, and you act the part. That's your costume, and you have to act accordingly when you put it on.
It still is a prison to me. I don't look on it as an experiment or a simulation. It's just a prison that was run by psychologists instead of run by the state. I began to feel that identity, that the person that I was that had decided to go to prison was distant from me, was remote, until finally I wasn't that. I was 416. I was really my number, and 416 was going to have to decide what to do. It let me in on some knowledge that I've never experienced firsthand. I've read about it. I've read a lot about it, but I've never experienced it firsthand. I've never seen someone turn that way. And I know you're a nice guy. You know?
You
understand? I do. I do know you're a nice guy. I don't get that because I know what you can turn into. I know what you're willing to do. If you say, oh, well, I'm not going to hurt anybody. Oh, well, it's a limited situation. It's over in 2 weeks.
Well, you in position, what would you have done?
I don't know.
How deep did the prisoners and the guards go into their roles?
Well, I think by the third day, they were prisoners and guards. They were not students playing the role. And it's so hard for us to believe that. I mean, everyone comes down, signs papers, say, I want to be in an experiment. And the only reason they did it is to make money. They were not interested in furthering psychological science. But within 3 days, they were prisoners and they were guards.
I'm curious, you described some of the guards' behaviour, particularly the lead guard, who we'll see more of later, Eshelman, as being creatively evil. Where did the ideas come to them to instigate this level of psychological torture?
I think it was when the prisoners rebelled and started cursing the guards to their face. Then it became a personal thing. The creative evil comes about because we have this incredible mind. That is, we get bored. And so guard has 8-hour shifts. That's a long time when nothing is happening. So creative evil is making something happen out of nothing. And the only playthings you have are the prisoners. So in Abu Ghraib, you started those first pictures, the first scenes at Abu Ghraib is the guards having prisoners do push-ups, just as in our study. And then it always escalates to more and more extreme. And then at some point, the guards at Abu Ghraib are bored. And they're saying, hey, what are we going to do to entertain ourselves? Well, the only thing we have are these prisoners. And the terrible thing that happened in Abu Ghraib was not simply that those young soldiers did those terrible things. They were encouraged to abuse the prisoners. They were encouraged to break the prisoners, to take the gloves off. And the problem with Abu Ghraib is everybody has digital cameras, everybody has a cell phone, and they started taking pictures of everything. I became an expert witness for one of the guards, Sergeant Chip Frederick. And in that capacity, I got to see all of the images. There's more than 1,000 of those images, and they're horrendous, worse than anything. The Pentagon is obviously suppressing, showing those to the public, because they are so horrible.
I'd like to come back to Sergeant Frederick in a little bit, if we just conclude with the Stanford prison experiment, because what happened beyond what we've just seen was even more extraordinary. I want to show a bit of footage now of the lead guard, Eshelman, talking to prisoner 416, who had come in as a replacement for one of the prisoners released and who had gone on a hunger strike. And this was a further level of psychological abuse.
Hey!
I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten in years. Food.
What are you doing?
I'm so sorry. I haven't eaten in days.
Stand up.
Please. I'm so hungry.
Stand up.
I'm sorry.
Salute your officer. Say you're sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Drop and give me 10.
Please.
Drop
I
and
can't.
give me 10. Butt down. Are you serious?
Please.
My grandpa's no life can do it better than
I
you.
haven't eaten.
Stand up. 20 jumping jacks. Go. Stop. Restart.
Please.
Stop. Go. Count loud.
1.
Say you're sorry.
Sorry.
Say you're sorry.
I'm sorry.
Say you're ugly.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna gain so much weight now you have to eat some food.
I haven't eaten in
Stop.
months.
Don't talk to me. Sit down. Use your face. Bye.
My eyes. Wait, please. Shit. Please.
I don't want your shit.
Please, I'm so hungry. Oh my God, I wish I had some food. There's food.
What are you doing?
How do you stop? Oh.